Did this help you today? In what?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, I was more amazed, like, I was not here last week, so I didn't do the assignment, but when I look back, I was shaking in my boots so many times this week. Right?
Yeah. You shaking all day and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Oh, you shaking. You just, as the lesson was saying, you're not paying attention to it. Go ahead.
And because then I heard a lot of people say, I was not really shaking and I had to challenge myself. So I was thinking maybe I'm not doing the silent prayer well enough, or maybe the speed of my life is really intense, or maybe I have more events than other people because I shaked in my boots so many times, and there was so many times I had to have an important conversation and my heartbeat was going up, or I catch myself almost becoming unconscious in the conversation, saying something that kind of derailed the conversation, and I catch myself, why did I say that? And I was like, whoa, this is not going well. But I think it comes back to, because we talked about this before, and it's such a great reminder, because I feel life is giving you, or God is giving you, so many chances to overcome, and those are really the moments to overcome, and that's really how I try to approach life now, is just with that attitude.
Yeah.
Like, there is resistance, but okay, great that there is resistance, because there is something here to overcome. So let's just do it anyway.
The best way and the right way to resist is stop resisting. Pay attention to here. You gotta totally surrender to thoughts and feelings. You gotta shake in your boots. And that's what God is trying to save you from. He's trying to save you from the false self. You're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you're not your emotions, you're not your body, you're not what you do, you're not where you live, you're not your past experiences, you're none of those things. He's trying to save you from that, but you have identified with it, calling it you, and you hold on to dear life because you say, well, if I'm not those things, who am I? What will I be if I'm not those things? You try to be something when you only destroy yourself. Be nothing, meaning identify with nothing or no one. Absolutely. And so you want to see it. You want to see your fears. You want to see them. You want to relax in them, and you want to move on with your life. Let it live it. You got to live in that fear. You got to sleep in that fear. You got to walk in that fear. You got to eat in that fear. You got to love in that fear, which is not love. You got to love, but you got to live with the fear and do nothing about it, and you will be saved from it.
Yeah, and often you say you can let go of that just like that. And often when you've said it, I said it's not that easy. But then even this week and these past weeks, there's different things that, trigger some kind of battle in my mind about something, and it creates maybe anxiety, or there is like a work conversation or a negotiation about a contract, and it creates all these emotions of, and I feel anxiety today. I'm like, I'll work on it tomorrow because I'm not in that emotional space right now. And I'm like, actually, all is well. Like
all is really well. All is well. But up here you think it's not because you listen to evil and you're calling it you. All really is well, especially for the children of God. Yeah. Those who've truly been born again of the Father by forgiving.
And it's amazing, just like, I was sitting here, just also there was something that's been bothering in the back, and I just felt myself relax into and be like, all is well. And just like, it's fine. And then other than that, what I've been thinking about, that's coming back to what we're talking about now, being in a relationship, I see so clearly these between the man and the woman. It's like the relationship between the father and the daughter, and the mother and the son. And I feel how I become the mother to the son and vice versa. And it's just amazing. And I see myself becoming my own mother at times, and I'm like, oh God, what is happening? And it's wild.
All you need to do is see it and do nothing about it. Just see it. Do not change it. Don't reach out to something to make a change. You just see it, and seeing it is changing it, because you're seeing by the light of God. Do not do anything about it.
Yeah.
Don't judge yourself. Don't do anything about it, just see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's what I see so clearly also with when you don't forgive your mother. I can almost see, and again, this could be a lie, but from just what I've seen, is like I almost see how almost the man in the relationship almost takes the role of the son to the mother.
Yeah.
And he finds pleasure in that because
Yeah.
the mother, the woman, takes care of him in all these different ways, and he
Yes.
finds a lot of pleasure in it, but there is still so much resentment, and it almost becomes this boy with the resentment for the mother, and that's where there is so much like push and pull constantly, and vice versa. And yeah, it's so
And
true.
this battle, it goes from generation to generation.
Yeah.
Because no one ever stop and see what's going on so they can overcome it and operate from real love and then change the whole thing.
Yeah, and I thought I forgive my mother, but now when we're talking about it, I still have resentment because there are times where I feel so much, I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
At times it can be a brief moment, and I also see, because I forgave her on FaceTime because we live in different countries, and I thought I forgave her and there was a peace, but I can see that there's still something there in my heart that has not truly forgiven her.
Right.
So I think I have to forgive her again.
And let this be the last time. Now that you can see clearly
Yeah.
that you, hey, because she couldn't help herself either. I'm really sorry for resenting you. I realize now you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for it. I'm
Yeah.
wrong for judging you. Because anyone that has anger is playing God. They're judging, right? And then move on with your life.
Yeah.
Because Satan have you going back 1,000 times, apologizing, and you don't need to.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Amazing.